On this computer. All right. Yay. Hello. How are you? It's so good to be here tonight. Welcome. Welcome to the Akashic Vibration and to introductions. My name is Maggie Chula, Rev Margaret Chula, Maggie to my friends, and I am a spiritual minister, a channel for the Akashic Master Teachers, and a divine being of light, multidimensional, just like you. I come here today as a spiritual teacher, a psychic, a mentor, a person who wants to help you be your best, create your best, and bring your best into the world every day. Now, I do it a little differently than some of the people you work with because my specialty is that I know all about the afterlife. Now, I didn't really understand how true that was until I started to document all the many things that happened to me. And along the way, I also paid attention to my intuition, paid attention to that higher calling that was just a part of me, and started to really zoom in, if you will, on the fact that all I want to do is bring people to the source vibration of God. I want to help you, everyone that I meet, know that there is a oneness in this universe that is greater than any of us. There is an intelligence, there is order in the chaos. I believe that. And I call this order, this chaos, this higher intelligence, the Akasha, the Akashic vibration, the source. Okay, that's me. That's who I am. I'm a channel. I'm a teacher. I've done a lot of things in the past, but I'm here right now to tell you about the most amazing work that I have been blessed to do. So you can go and find out more about me from my websites. And as a matter of fact, on this journey, in this Zoom platform, I am here to share with you some amazing coursework that I have been doing and progress I've been making with the master teachers of the Akasha. So let me share my screen. Now, this is something that this is my first time, but I absolutely love this platform, and I think I can do it with very little problems. Okay, as you can see, I've got a lot of things open because I have an iMac, a very large iMac. And so while this is my platform, this is my screen, I'm not sure how to get this one right here, to be as full as it could be to take up my whole computer. All right. So first of all, this is me. That's me. I am Maggie Chula. This was a picture that was taken of me on my 60th birthday. I am very pleased and proud to say I am about to turn 65, and I couldn't be happier. I have been working with these beautiful master teachers since I was born, really, and most of the time unconsciously, just like you. I mean, you work with them, but you don't know. It's just that's how life goes. But I was blessed in some respects because I was blessed to be born crippled. So right at the get-go, I had physical issues, I had physical limitations, I had things to work on. And this website right here, I'm bringing it out to you because this is my primary website, Maggie Chula. But I'd like to share with you that there's a lot of information here that can help you. So this one, Channeled Messages right now, this is from Gaia, Mother Earth. So as I said, I'm a channel, and I have a couple things out here I just wanted to share with you. This Open the Doorway to Your Soul is the first book I have published with the Master Teachers lessons. It's really a wonderful book. There's all kinds of things that you can take from this and learn from this, and it's all for free, and it's out on my website. And then if you want to listen to the recording, so this book I wrote, I translated all of their beautiful wisdom, and I went, oops, I guess that wasn't the one I meant to. I went and I worked in partnership with the source. And as I did this, they channeled wonderful messages through me. But I'm going to take you right away over to the Akasha. Okay, the Akasha. So this is all about my certification course, and I thought it would take you right to my website. But we're not going to worry about this because there's so much to teach you. So let me go here. And what I want you to learn today is how much is out there for you that's free. You don't have to do anything, buy anything. It's for free. And the reason is the master teachers and I definitely want you to know your power, your true power, which is your ability to connect, to communicate, and to create with the source vibration of God, with your source. Now you'll notice this is my logo right here, and it's behind me over here. Now that logo, whenever you see that, that's me and the masters. And what it means to us is we work from the heart. We will work on a vibrational aspect and bring you into that beautiful oneness, that pureness with the source vibration of God. Now, many people can already do that. They know how to connect. They're very happy with their connection with source. And so, they're probably saying, well, what can you teach me? Well, I'll tell you one thing I could teach you from there is the source, while it's wonderful and great, there's so much more for you to learn. Because from there, from that position of the source where your home of your soul resides, from there, we're going to go and help you learn your source vibration, your unique signature, your own language. I am an expert at being able to interpret the language of the soul. That's what makes me such a good psychic. I hear, I feel, I translate, I can communicate on all these different levels and vibrations. And when I was growing up, it was very confusing. And as I said, I had a lot of illnesses. So what this taught me was that a spirit that said, no, you can't hold me back. So let's go ahead and figure out how we're going to get through this. And it worked pretty well, especially when I was little and I didn't understand what was happening. Because then, you know what, you can go along with it. And many of us get into trouble because when we're little, we may decide to go along with some vibrational energy, but that vibrational energy isn't out there for you. It isn't out there for our highest good. That energy is out there to confuse, to challenge, and to get us to make choices that are not in our highest alignment. And one of the things I want to help you with is you can learn to identify your vibration. You can learn to identify the vibration of pure source. And from those two connections, you can learn all the other myriad of vibrations in between. Why? Because we are all connected, right? We're all connected through the source vibration of God. So I studied this, and that is how I became ordained as a spiritual minister. Now, the spirituality has a lot to do, only has to do with your connection, your one-to-one unique connection to source. It has nothing at all to do with religion. You can be any religion and be very spiritual, or you can be any religion and not be very spiritual. It has nothing to do with organized religion and everything to do with who are you, where did you come from, and what is your purpose for being here. And I knew that, even as a small child, to such a strong degree that when my mother was murdered when I was 9, I was devastated like everyone around me. But I knew I could still talk to her. I knew she existed somewhere. I knew that there was life beyond this physical form. So I was tested at a very early age. And the people around me did not hold my beliefs. So I challenged them. I challenged me. And it came to a point when I was diagnosed as psychotic because I spoke to spirits. I spoke to God. And of course, I believe God speaks spoke to me. That's why I published my book first, Open the Doorway to Your Soul. That book contains messages from 22 different master sources. I'm not sure exactly why, but I am able to give each individual master their unique voice. And they want that. That's one of the things we share together. So working with them and partnering with them at a very early age, it just seemed natural to me. But as I said, there came a point when my mother died, brutally murdered. It wasn't an easy death at all. And it's very difficult. It's taken me years and years and years to go through all of that, sift through it, to be able to sit here and very clearly, no matter who you are, where you are, what we're talking about, share with you, I know that pain of losing someone suddenly. I know that pain of having a lifetime tsunami strike you without warning, at least with nature and things that happen of that nature. Hurricanes, tornadoes, huge snowstorms. You have some sort of notice, whether you honor it or not. Our meteorologists can tell you about it. What no one seems to be able to measure is this tsunami of spiritualism that is taking over the earth. So I had gone to the master teachers. Help me. Help me. Help me make it through. And what I decided when I was all of 10 years old was that I didn't want to have anything to do with this. My mother had died. My special gifts didn't save anybody. She was dead. My father had been arrested for arranging the whole thing, and he went to prison. And we effectively had no parents. And my grandmother, who had been raising me, because I was born special, right? My legs were twisted. I was sickly. My mom was young. She already had a little girl who was about to be 2, a son who had just turned 4, very active, very intelligent beings. So I went to her mom. I went to Grandma. And Grandma taught me. Grandma taught me about God. Grandma taught me that I was special. Grandma taught me if I believed enough, God would come down and help me walk without my crutches. God would come down and help me. You see, my grandmother almost died at the age of 16 from tuberculosis, TB. And it was a big thing. She never, ever got over it because she had been able to heal. And her belief in God was so strong that I just had it too. But let's move back to her daughter being brutally murdered. And all of a sudden, these voices in my head might be the same horrible ones that my father might have heard. After all, how would you arrange for someone you love to be killed? You must be hearing some craziness in your head. You cannot be sane. And if you are sane, are you a monster? So all these things that people around me were thinking about. And I was this little spiritual, magical child who was like, God, nobody wants to talk to me. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. I didn't even save my own mother. How am I supposed to help anybody else? Just leave me. Whatever sacred contract we had is broken. Now, when I examine that memory, two things stand out. Number one, that I made a vow that I knew about somewhere with God, and that I was so completely upset that I shut down. But you see, it was my choice. It's free will. So I did. But along the way, I had a codicil because my father was a lawyer and I came from a family of lawyers. So even at 10, I had a codicil. And this codicil said, come back to me when I'm 50. When I'm 50, I will do this with you. And I didn't remember the codicil. And I didn't remember my special friends helping me when I was young. And I couldn't move. And I was sitting there. I couldn't even see because I can't see without glasses, big, thick glasses, you know. I can't be corrected because, I don't know, they were too bad back when I was born. And now I have contacts. But it took till I was 48. Yes. So 48, I started waking up. Now I was already able to heal. I'd healed myself of Crohn's disease by then. I'd been so sick, I'd been sent home to die or get better, to have a surgery I had to have by the time medical doctors found me. So I had to learn how to heal often. And I wanted to heal finally. So this little girl who was able to walk by then just wanted to be left alone, but still wanted to be whole and healthy. So I allowed my little healing angels to help me. But somewhere in my mind, I had completely shut down the curtain that said, Maggie, do you remember you have this ability? Do you remember you have this mouth? Do you remember? No, not at all. So let's fast forward. I'm in project management. I'm doing projects for an international corporation. I'm enjoying it, multi-year, multi-millions, all kinds of team members, really enjoying myself. I love a mystery. And I started to hear every night, 3:21, I would hear 3, 2, 1, now. Now this started right around 48. When I was 48, I started to have these visions, these crazy visions of lives, many lives, lots of lives, afterlife, life between lives, all these different things. And I mean, it came coming back in a rush, and I was like, okay, I have to figure this out. And I looked, oh my gosh, I looked all over for books, for lots of things. And a friend of mine came up to me and said, Maggie, my gosh, I just heard about this man, Dr. Newton, Michael Newton. And he wrote something called Life Between Lives. My gosh, this sounds a lot like the stuff you've been talking about. And I was so excited. I thought, oh my gosh, somebody else is talking about this? So I went and I looked, prepared for it to be wrong, because the books on chakras were wrong. Why wouldn't this be? And let me point out why the books on chakras were wrong. They never talked about the golden chakra of wisdom. If you're not going to talk about the most important chakra, I'm not interested in what you have to say. At least this is how I used to be, right? Because I turned it off. I didn't know. I knew how to heal though, and I knew energy, and I could see it. And where's this golden chakra of wisdom? So I was always conflicted. But something happened to me at that moment. And I started to go, what if? What if these crazy visions I've had of standing on a hill in my playground when I was little, what if I did that? What if I'm supposed to be doing something else? I've got 2 children. My son was about to go to college. My daughter was just 2 years behind him. My husband was a special needs guy. He'd lost his short-term memory, a lot of issues. How was I supposed to take a dive, leave an incredible job that I loved, with people I loved, making money that would afford me the lifestyle that could pay for the college, to fulfill something I didn't even understand, or I didn't know. So that year I spent studying Dr. Newton and everything he had found out. And he found his stuff out. He worked for Harvard or Yale. I can't remember. I should have looked this up. But he wasn't a spiritual person. He was a psychologist. He was trying to help people. And he had this friend, Michael, I should have known. But anyway, who was taking people back to past lives. So he was going to try to do this past life thing. But he didn't. He was taking them someplace else. So his work was based on about 1,000 different past life regressions where the clients went someplace else. And he coined this term, life between lives. And I will say it's the Akasha, and I can take you there. But so I was excited because I'm reading these books. He had 3 of them. One was a textbook so that you could do past life regressions. And I studied that. I studied past life regressions. I studied how to take people to life between lives. I studied the mind, the way mind accepts words. I studied neuro-linguistic programming. I mean, I was just going. I studied spirituality. And it turns out that there was a place to get certification as a spiritualist minister. Now, I went through a lot of that and I went short. I didn't continue because their rules required that I had a church and that I did services every week, which I can understand. But I had quite a busy life. I was the single parent, 2 kids. I had a special needs husband. Well, I guess I wasn't a single parent, but I was the only one who was working and could get anything done. I was a professional with, like, you know what I mean, a 50 plus 60 hour a week job, flying different places. How was I supposed to do this? So I dropped that and just decided to study their stuff and continue. Which I did. So then came my great awakening. The moment when I realized something wasn't right. I was answering questions. I would have meetings with executives, top executives in this international company. And I was working with acquisitions and mergers. So they were CEOs of other companies that we were all trying to get together on. And I would start to answer questions and bring them to the truth and say, oh, what a great question. Oh, thank you for asking that. But nobody asks those questions. And they started to share with me, Maggie, you're doing a great job. We love what you're doing, but you're answering questions no one's asking. We want to hear this information, but no one's asking. And the craziest thing happened. I started to realize I had healed. I had healed my body of Crohn's. I had recovered from a stroke. I had been able to maintain a level of energy I had never been able to do in my life. And it all started when I was sent home from the hospital because I was too sick for surgery. In that moment of the doctor sharing with me, I was near death and I should understand that. It's sort of like you're talking to somebody who doesn't understand English. You are dying. Like, no, I'm not. Oh my God, is my body dying? I should pay attention to this. And that's when I thought, I'm going to let them channel a healing. I remembered somehow when I was real little, I could open my mouth and this beautiful vibration and wisdom would come through. And I loved being in that energy. So I did. And I listened to it for 21 days. And at 28 days, I went back to the doctors and I was much better, much better. Well, they wanted to do surgery because if you had Crohn's back then, there was only one way it went. It got worse. It was in the middle of your intestinal tract. I mean, by the time they found it, I had mouth ulcers, throat ulcers, stomach ulcers, everything. I was a mess. And 4 weeks later, I was doing so much better than I had done in decades that I had the strength to say, no, I do not want you to cut me open. Because my belief was, if you cut me open, my body will start to die. Up until that time, I'm in control. Well, here I am, years later. My little girl, I had the stroke when I was pregnant with her. She's 32 years old. Where did the years go, right? But I'm here and I'm fine and I'm doing well. And I have been teaching for many years now, how did I get better? How do I know all this about the afterlife? How am I able to do this? And I've learned and I've created methods and tools, and it's grown and it's changed. So if any of you have gone through my classes before, you will barely recognize them. What you'll recognize is the tools. We have some incredible tools and methods here to master your partnership with God. Now, this is the Akashic Vibration Process. I have 3 websites. It's true. Okay. And on each one, they're different. This one right here, the Akashic Vibration Process, and maybe I'll put this one over here or something. I don't know, so you can't really see it. Anyway, okay, I guess I didn't do that. This one, I have a certification course that's going to start in spring, the equinox, right? So here's what we're going to do. I want to help you learn how to communicate with God and with your higher wisdom. And from there, how to create in partnership. Not manifest, create. Because that's what you're doing. So we're going to go through this in the manner that feels right. So let's go back to those master teachers of mine. I always knew, these beautiful beings of light were around me. And I knew one of them was called Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel to me is a very masculine, beautiful energy. And I loved listening to him. I loved all the conversations we had, his classes with me. I thought he was the best. Well, one day, after I'd woken and I was aware I had made this sacred contract and my clock was ticking, 3, 2, 1, now. I mean, every day if you're woken like that, you begin to like, what in the heck? 3:21. Ugh. And then it would happen in the afternoon. 3, 2, 1, now. Well, one day, I came back from studying how to be a hypnotherapist and do past life regressions. And I was getting out of my car, and I felt these beautiful, huge wings wrap around me. Beautiful, huge. And I felt it was Gabriel whispering in my ear, "It's time to jump now, Maggie." And I thought, jump? I knew what he meant. But I couldn't do that. How was I going to jump? For goodness sake, where was I going to go? I had the 2 kids. I had all this stuff. Maybe we got to push it out a year, 2 years, 5, So I'm walking and I'm seeing my group and everybody's popping up because our team had just moved. They're all happy to see me because I've been gone. And I found myself saying to them, "I'm here to give my notice." And then my boss came out. And I found myself telling her, "I'm giving you a 3-week notice." I was jumping. I had to go. Whatever this was, if you have the knowledge of an archangel standing behind you telling you it's time to jump, there's something inside you with your soul that's agreed to this. It wasn't really not my will. It was my will. I just thought I could control the timing, but I couldn't. And here's why. If I had, I wouldn't be right where I am today. Here, with this class, ready to teach, that I have been teaching. But now I've expanded it. Now I'm going to teach you how to call in the sacred circle of light, your council of light. How to let go of anxiety through your breath, through your connection. How you can take your goals and through the process of seeing this life, understanding this life is just a fragment of your soul. What do you want to do with it, though? This is important. So we go through it. We introduce you to the work. We introduce you to some of the tools. We go through self-discovery. And in this self-discovery, all of these classes have healing guided visualizations with them. We have master teachers that come, different master teachers. There's always Archangel Raphael and Mother Mary. They are my two anchors, and they are here with me today. Now, what happened to Gabriel, right? Gabriel's got a lot of things to do, and he shows up from time to time. But I really primarily work with the Ascended Masters. And that's because we are all master teachers. Every master teacher that I work with, Buddha, Saint Germain, Jesus, Kuthoni, Lord Melchizedek, the archangels, of course, are not master teachers, but they're a part of this. All of these different vibrational beings, White Tara, different goddesses. Oh my gosh, I love the goddesses. All of these different beings, all of this plays out because you'll get to know them too. They're archetypes. They're energy patterns. There's something you can call to you. They're also multi-dimensional beings of light. Now, we know that more than one person can call in an angel. Angels can be with multiple people, right? Certainly an archangel. Archangel Raphael can be here, there, with everyone who calls him in. Archangel Michael, how could I forget you? Who provides the protection. Archangel Metatron. Okay, well now with Metatron and Saint Germain, we're getting into more of the higher vibrational, outside of the earth frequencies, because they lead us to something else. But we do, in my work with the Akasha, we're here to share with you, where is your home vibration? What is your source vibration? How can you learn to talk and dialogue with this incredible, amazing energy? And how are you doing it now? And the other thing that will happen in any class, or if you come to me for a private session, your council of light is with you. I have gotten to the point where I have meetings with these councils, with my council, before I get out of bed in the morning. I have meetings, I find out what's going on, who's going to be what, where are we going to go, and this kind of information. What do I do in the morning? I have this on my website, so let's go back over here. Oops, yes, on my home site, right here. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. Download your free workbook and audio, Awaken Your Soul Connection, a daily routine. Okay, this is mine, and it's free, and you can have it. When you sign up, you'll get my newsletter, but you can cancel out of that at any time. It also comes with an audio. Now, these are my 5 primary steps that I use to set up my day. And I work with people as a psychic, as a spiritual minister, as an energy healer, as a soul healer, as a healer, to help heal your connection to your soul, your connection to source. And in that frequency, I pick up a lot of different things about you. A lot of different lower vibrations. In some cases, you may not even know are there, but help you cleanse on that multiple level of time. And so I highly recommend this right here. But let's go back to this class. This class starts on the 20th, the spring equinox. Now, you don't have to be here live with me because I am recording all of this. And this will be available later. But there is something so centrally transformational about this coursework that if you seriously want to get beyond the limits that you have put on yourself, because you know you can, you know you have more talents than this, you got to be here. This is the one. We're going to have 10 classes. You can come back here to my website, akashicvibration.com, and find out all this information what are we going to do? But I wanted to point out something else. We also have a login register button because this is a membership site. So I'm going to log in here. Oh, this is me. And when I log in, I'll see everything that I can see. Now I've got it all, I mean, because I wrote it, right? So these are all different pages that are available to me. Now look, there's one here that says, oh my gosh, Jesus. Jesus is there for anyone who joins the free awakened membership. Jesus, this was just channeled, welcoming in 2018. It's here, you can listen to it. You can listen to it just right here on my website. We'll hold the streaming and everything. These classes, same thing. They're going to be over here. And if you go and you look at more, so, okay, let's look at my account. What else have I got here? We have some classes. We have some classes that I've taken. This is where you're going to find all the recordings for this class. We also have something right now. So I'm going to log out, see what other people can see. We also have other things that, like, you could take the self-study right now. Now, the self-study was from 2016, and we did it in 6 months at that time. And I think we're all going to agree it was a pretty transformational year. I think it was February till August. That one hit a lot of us. So this class isn't going to be quite like that at all. That one went beyond the tools. I was grateful enough to have some really powerful women taking the course with me and their vibrations added to it. So in that one, we have a whole session 7, which is your soul language, and something had happened before the thing, and it just knocked me out, me, the channel. Well, instead, I was grateful enough that Jesus came through, taught most of that class with us. You'll get to know when somebody else is coming in and working with us. And it's just an interesting thing to have happened. You will be able to ask questions, absolutely. And I'm bringing you back here because what I want you to see is there is a soul vibrational healing out here to help you to experience one of them. This one was done for a radio show I was doing at the time. I'm not doing a radio show anymore, but I will be doing a podcast. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing that and go back to, oh, me. Here we are. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a podcast, and I want to do it on the full moon and the new moon. I am fully embracing the fact that I am a moon child. I was born under the Cancer sign of the sun, a full Scorpio moon. And I really am one with Gaia. This course will also help you work with Gaia, with Mother Earth. When I am finished, when you are finished, you will know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are a divine being of light. You will never see your life the same way again. Some people tell me that. I don't know if they're happy about it or not. But it is true. You will not see your life the same way again. I'm not exactly sure what all of this is, but I will work on that and make sure that I get that so that it's better. You know, the energy's not spiking. But this is a new platform for us, me and the master teachers. And I wanted to end this. I wanted to share with you a vibrational message from Source. So I go, and I'm going to teach you how to do this too. And when I channel, I go and I call in my sacred circle of light, and my light, my circle, are the master teachers. And you can go and, like I said, look, but we'll call some of them in my name right now. And I always start with my breath, because for me, I breathe in the breath of life. And that was my first healing vision, that I am the spark of life, one-to-one with the source vibration of all that is, just as you are. And in this connective source vibration, I am perfect and I am whole. So I call in this beautiful sacred circle. I call in Mother Mary, my love. I call in Archangel Raphael, who I love. I love all these beings. Buddha is with me all the time to remind me to keep things simple. Buddha is the one who shares. We connect, we communicate, and we create. Now, those are three big heavy hitters, but that's the basis of our work as soul healing. So I call these beings of light in, which I am doing right now. And I open up with a prayer. Mother, Father God, creator of all that is, I ask for a healing message here today. I ask for this message to be clear, to be uplifting. Thank you. My dear child, my dear children, this is Mother Mary. You know me as Mother Mary. I have many names. The Divine Mother. I am part of the Divine Feminine, the goddesses who are rising. And I am also a vibration that has shared earthly incarnations. And I know that life is difficult at times. And I know that asking you to open up your heart and allow yourself to be led by your passions, by your feelings, can be scary for many people. But my brothers and I, my goddess sisters, all of us come here to work with you and to share. It is time. It is time. It is time to embrace your divinity. It is time to bring your spirit into this world, to be the best, and to share your best with others. Now I ask you to breathe in that breath of life and to feel it. Feel the tingling sensation going all the way through your body. See it, visualize it, coming from the source vibration of all that is, going all the way down your body, all the way down your feet, into the heart of the beautiful planet Earth. Send your light to the heart of this beautiful Earth. For in our courses, we will help tie your soul vibration, the source vibration, and the vibration of Mother Earth. For in that mixture with those vibrational essences, you are whole, you are safe, you are right where you need to be. And we will help change some of the blocks that you are having. We ask you to give yourself the gift of today, the gift of becoming present, the gift of seeing the lessons in your life and knowing when a lesson has been completed. We hope you join us in a class or just for our podcast. Join in this vibrational bridge and be one with Source and with me. Namaste. I'm working pretty hard to come back because Mother Mary brought up a very good point. a very big point. We're going to talk about sacred contracts. We're going to talk about life between lives. We're going to assess the things going on in your life and help you create some healthy new methods, some healthy new rituals, so that you can wake up every day awake, alert, ready, engaged, inspired, and ready to bring it forward and to help pave the way for others. That's what we're looking for. People who want to make a difference, but they don't know how. Or people who are sick and tired and they know there's more to life than this. Or people who just want one more chance to see the good in the world. Bring me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses. That's what we're going to do. And every dime that I make goes back into creating a library that is accessible for others. So I want you to remember this. Number one, there's help. You are divine and you are not alone. Number two, I have a lot of free ways you can get help right now. Number three, join us in one of these courses. Join us for one of our podcasts. There'll be healing podcasts dedicated to healing. And then, finally, with this great platform that I adore, I get to go live. That's right. So one week, I may be live on Facebook. And the next week, I'll do a live Google or YouTube. Or I might just take them all and go one after another. But we're going to go back to Tuesdays. I used to do Tuesdays last year. And it's better than Monday. We all have so many things to do on Monday. Plus, my classes are Tuesday night. So look for me. I'm going to be there. You can go to my Facebook page, Maggie Chula, Healer of the Soul, the Akashic Vibration. That's me. That's our educational website. Or Maggie Chula. I live in Hudson with my soulmate, lover, husband that I adore. I am not looking for romance. I'm looking to teach. And I'm here. And on this platform, the other great thing we can do is have Q&As. I think the Q&A is open. So if you had a question, we could answer them. Okay. Well, I am taping this, and it's going to get better. And I'm very excited to be here. I hope that you'll take a chance and decide, do you want to go live? Are you ready? I promise you, you will change. I never in my wildest dreams thought when I left my corporate job as a project leader for information systems, after writing and designing and working with technology, that all of that was to build a basis to bring my courses, bring God and his classes online. My goal is to get enough funding, to get enough people to put and to help me that these courses can be made available at a modest amount of money. And a lot of my things are free. And you will find courses, Grief, the Spiritual Teacher, $44. It's incredible. It's got 2 videos, and the audios are recorded separately. And it talks about grief. And I want to help you move into knowing grief is a teacher. It's not a life sentence. It doesn't ever really go away. We're born in grief, we end in grief, but it is a vibration. And it does not have to control your life. And there's one, Love, the Spiritual Healer. That one, of course, has got Mother Mary written all over it. It's a good one too. So there are other classes out there. There's free things. And don't forget our book, Open the Doorway to Your Soul. It's got the lessons from the first 6 months of my waking up and saying, let me channel this. So that's what I did. I channeled their information. We have things on there connecting to your soul, connecting to the light of your soul. I think that's Apollo. We talk about the universal grid. Merlin comes through to talk about vibrational healing. I don't know, there's so much, the goddesses, of course, we have the goddess initiation, and then my soul goddess that helps you find your soul goddess. My soul goddess is Isis. Isis is a queen from England, from Egypt, winged pharaoh. She wasn't just a queen. She was a winged pharaoh. And this logo makes me feel like I have my wings. And she will come through, and she's in the book. So I hope I've given you a lot to think about. I hope you want to learn how to play with your magical child and embrace that creative part of you. We will work with Disney and the technique that I call the Disney technique. Steve Jobs is the one I worked with to find this platform, this technology. I will show you how to mastermind with beings of light and know they are speaking to you. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. So if you go sign up now and send me an email, I will refund you 10% of the cost of the course just for signing up. Today, between now and when the class starts, tell me you did it from this recording. I will give you a discount. Okay, well, I don't know what else to do. We're locked, we're loaded, we're ready to go. It's going to start on the spring equinox, which is next week, and it's going to end on the summer eclipse. No, the solar, the summer solstice, right about my birthday. Right before my birthday, when I turn 65. And I'm telling you, I don't care about Medicare. I don't take any drugs on a regular basis to help me stay healthy. I take energy. I take my connection to source. I am healthier now than I have ever been in my life. And I grew an inch after I turned 50. I think primarily because I always thought I was 5'2". I want to be 5'2", eyes blue. You know, I really love that song. Okay, that's me. I'm ready. Come join me. Be ready with me. Let's go. Akashic Vibration. Love to see you. And don't forget, Facebook. I'm going to be doing live every Tuesday, I think 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll see. I'm going to keep them small, short, 10 minutes or less, just mindful moments, and give you little tools. Go like my page. I hope you do join us. And whatever you do, please understand, this life is a gift from your soul. This life, you're here for a purpose. You have the potential for greatness, just waiting for you to tap into it. And I am the magical teacher who can help you. Now, let me make an amends here. I'm not the only one. There are many, many wonderful teachers around. You need to think and feel and take a gut knowing. Take a knowing. Is this the woman for me? Is this the teacher for me? Do I want to work with these beings of light? If the answer is yes, 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 it's a win-win-win. We're going to go far and have fun. Okay. I hope you join me. I hope you join me. Okay. Bye-bye. Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a great life. I will talk to you again. Bye.